Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is Blue Lines TV, and today I'm bringing you guys another transfer news video. I'm going to be talking about 4 stories today. I'm going to be talking about Bryan Cristante links with Atalanta. I'm going to be talking about Bruno Fernandes links from Sporting Lisbon. I'm going to be talking about Alderweireld links as well as Luiz's potential departure to Monaco. But you guys know what the deal is. Hit that like button, help me get more than 500 likes for this video, and you guys as well press the bell notification button to stay tuned to all things Blue Lines TV. And one final thing, tonight I will be doing another subscriber call-in show, and I'm going to be doing another one tomorrow. So you guys are going to have 2 days to have your chance to speak to me. There's a lot to speak about. You got your opportunity to do that tonight, so I'm looking forward to hearing back from a lot of you guys today. So you guys remember, that's going to be around 10:30 PM tonight. Starting with the first story, and that's in regards to Toby Alderweireld. Now, yes, you guys, over the season, there's been numerous reports in regards to Alderweireld. We all know the situation, but again, reports are coming out that Chelsea are interested in a potential £45 million move for Alderweireld during the summer. I think we all know what's been happening. Tottenham, they have a very strict wage budget. They don't want to go over that. Alderweireld wants about 150k a week to keep him at Tottenham, and in a way, in my opinion, I think that it's very understandable. I mean, he has developed into becoming one of the better centre-backs in world football, and I think when he looks at his other counterparts across Europe, he looks at the money they're earning and he's seeing that he's way behind them. Surely he feels that it's in his right to be on the same type of, money that these guys are on. But with Tottenham, with how strict they are and how stringent they are, they'd rather see him leave than obviously paying him the extra money. Alderweireld has 1 year left on his contract, and it's believed that a bid of 45 million would be enough to sign him. Now, Tottenham do have the possibility of extending Alderweireld's contract by another year, but that's at the end of next season, and if he did do that, then he'd have an activation clause of about £25 million. So in a way, that would make a lot of financial sense for any club interested in him. Another year to get this guy for less than half the money? Who knows? Now, the reports, and this is coming from the Daily Mail and the Sun, they're stating that Man United are also interested in Toby Alderweireld, as well as us being strongly interested in Alderweireld. Now, for this part, I give some of my thoughts and opinions. Number one, I don't understand why we spend such big money in a position we don't need strengthening in. You can have the best back four in the entire world, and you can put it in our team. That's not going to help us win a league. That's not going to help us go to another level, because it's all about getting the goals, getting a better midfield. That's more pivotal when it comes to that. Alderweireld really, to me, isn't as if he's another level compared to any defender at the club. I have to say credit to Alderweireld. When I watched this guy play for Atletico Madrid, I didn't think he was good enough. There was a reason why they let him go on loan to Southampton for so long, and why they were happy to sell him for pretty cheap during the time too. I mean, he's really grown with that trust that Pochettino's given him at Spurs as well. But I'm sorry, even though he's a good player, he's really not worth that investment at all. Not when we have guys like Luiz, Rudiger, Christensen and Zuma potentially coming back. Again, we're stacked with ball-playing defenders. Again, he's not really providing anything different that these other guys don't have already. And I kind of feel that, you know what, it's Toby Alderweireld's agent. Of course, he does want to leave Spurs. He'll have a lot of clubs being after him. Of course, it's about trying to, garner that buzz for his player. Try and get some transfer bids coming in that will try to increase the fees and, obviously giving him better contracts as well. And that's part and parcel of how transfer activity works. You guys, I don't think it would make any sense for us to go in for Alderweireld. And if we do try to go in for him, if we waste that time of, talks with his agent, negotiating with Spurs, spending that money on him as well, I really wouldn't understand why. Not when we have more pressing concerns, more important positions that we need. This is what we were doing last season, you guys, wasting our time on players that we didn't need to get, that weren't strengthening the team. And this was just preventing us from spending more time negotiating for your likes of your Sandros and Lukaku's. I don't want to be in that predicament again. Now, the second story of the day is in regards to Bola, a Portuguese sport publications report that Chelsea and Atletico Madrid are interested in trying to secure Bruno Fernandes from them. Now, I've been doing some research into Bruno Fernandes. I mean, I have heard of him from Football Manager, and it's pretty funny because in Football Manager, Atletico Madrid always sign this guy, but seeing this guy, he can literally play everywhere in midfield. He's much better offensively though, and again, this guy, he can play as a number 10, he can play deeper in midfield as well, he can play in a 2, he has a goal threat, his assists, His record this season has been very impressive, I must say. 16 goals and 20 assists in 53 appearances. It's been reported, and this is coming from Bola, that he is seen as one of the best players in the Portuguese league. And again, it's coming out that they'd only look at potential offers of 100 million euros for the signature of this guy. Now, I know their president at Sporting Lisbon is notorious for being very difficult to negotiate with. He's another character. He's pretty crazy as well. So, again, I can't imagine the club really investing that amount of time, especially that money, on somebody like that, even though he does look like a very good player, I must say. And it's going to be interesting to see how he performs during the World Cup. I honestly feel that if he puts in some of those big boy performances, that could tempt some of these clubs to really think like, you know what, maybe it is worth paying this amount of money to bring the guy in. Or it could have the opposite effect and it could only increase the fee. Bola have stated that we have been in touch with Bruno Fernandes. We have been speaking to him. And yeah, that's pretty much the story coming out from Portugal at this moment in time. But with Bruno Fernandes, he's a guy that's comfortable running at someone. He's very good on the counter-attack, and I kind of feel that we are missing that player in midfield, which we used to have with guys like Oscar and De Bruyne, that are able to make those counter-attacking passes and always make the right passes in those moments. If I have to say, I do get kind of flashbacks of Luiz Baker actually when I do look at Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes has his own type of personal flair in his game, and he's got much more experience at maybe a higher level, as you might argue. Gets you thinking though, you know, we look at these types of players and it's like we already have them, but we don't like to really give them that experience. That's just a talking point. And the final two stories, starting with David Luiz, and reports are coming out that Monaco are potentially interested in signing him for next season. And this is coming from Goal.com from Nizar Kinzella, and they're basically stating that it looks like David Luiz could potentially be leaving. His future is going to depend on Antonio Conte and the plans the club have for him. Of course, you guys, there are some things I need to clarify. Number one, and let's not get this twisted, Luiz is injured. It's not a conspiracy or anything like that. Luiz is injured at this moment in time, and this has been why he hasn't been playing as much this season, because he's just been out for so long. And you guys, a lot of you guys that watched my live streams and my other videos, you would have remembered me saying that Roman Abramovich is a big admirer of David Luiz. I did tell you guys that he'll potentially be getting a new contract renewal during the summer, so I'm not quite too sure about, you know, Luiz's future being dependent on Antonio Conte, especially when Conte won't be staying. Conte isn't going to be staying at Chelsea. In regards to Monaco, Emanalo, of course, is another big fan and admirer of David Luiz. If they did potentially go in for him, it would be the third time that Emanalo has had an influence in trying to sign David Luiz, but I'm not thinking that's very likely. Again, it seems like he will be getting a new contract. The club understand it has been his injuries. And you guys, this is a bit of a side note, but I'd like to hear your thoughts and opinions. I think it's a pretty interesting discussion point. And basically what I want to talk about is the fact that players are constantly criticised for not putting their bodies on the line and playing through pain. For example, this season with Morata, he has had a back injury that a lot of people dismiss way too easily. And Morata himself admitted that yes, he has had to play through the pain at times, but you can see that it's had a detrimental effect on his performances during the season. Now with David Luiz, this guy, a warrior, we all know who he is, played through pain all of last season. And look how it's affected him this year. He's barely been able to play. It looks like he won't make it into the Brazil national team for the World Cup this year. And this is like one of the most crucial years as well, especially after he's one of the best defenders in the world last season. And it's just like, well, this constant thing in football of players having to fight through the pain. We see with managers like Mourinho, who will constantly criticise players for, you know, like Robben when he was at the club. Oh, Robben, he's not putting his body in. He doesn't want to play through the pain. Daniel Sturridge was getting similarly criticised as well. And it's just like, why? Look at David Luiz this season. This is what happens when players play through injury when they're not fully fit. It affects them in the future. And now Luiz has probably missed out on his last ever World Cup. And you kind of look back and you think, well, for what? Because we haven't done anything this season. We haven't challenged for anything. I don't know. I just find it an interesting discussion point. I'd like to hear some of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. But to end on the final story, and that's in regards to Bryan Cristante of Atalanta, reports are coming out that we are interested in signing him. We're looking at making a £20 million bid for his signature. Arsenal as well are another club interested at looking into him as well. And the reports are stating that Cristante's representatives have been speaking to both clubs. Now, he does hold a Canadian passport. He already speaks very good English already, so he'd be able to acclimatise to playing in the Premier League. What type of player is Bryan Cristante? Now, if I had to make a very vague similarity, I'd have to compare him to Danny Drinkwater in a way, in terms of being that type of player that likes to play behind the halfway line, good in the tackle, good passing ability, likes to spray the ball as well, and also has good tactical awareness as well. He was always seen as a massive prospect. He made his first team debut as a 16-year-old for Milan, and Benfica signed this guy 4 years ago for £5 million. Now, he hasn't really done much at Benfica. Atalanta just made his signature permanent this season, and he's been one of the best performing midfield players in Serie A. But you guys, I kind of feel again, I don't think he's a guy that's going to take the first team to a new level. But it's not a surprise to me that we're looking at guys like your Cristantes and your Series, that type of midfield player that's able to dictate the game and keep the ball. So I do find that an interesting discussion point. But anyway, you guys, that's going to end today's transfer news video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Help me get more than 500 likes for today's video. Press the bell notification button to stay tuned to all things Blue Lions TV. And remember, at 10:30 PM UK time is the live subscribe recording show. If you want to enter, send me an email. It's going to be in the description below. And you guys, if you're already a Patreon subscriber, you know what to do. Just message me and it'll be on the show. And I'm going to be doing another one for tomorrow as well, because I get a lot of people that want to come on and I can't do everything in just one night. But anyway, you guys, thank you for watching. I'm the EFC. This is Blue Lions TV, signing out.